Welcome. This is Laura Tio for the Cosmic Soul. I am recording this episode because I would like to talk about a very important astrological event that is happening now. Like it's happening starting in 2 days, on July 17th. I'm talking about the shift of the lunar nodes or the moon nodes, the north node shifting to Aries and the south node changing to Libra. And I would like to talk about how the intent of our soul also shifts to being more courageous and on taking more courageous actions and developing more harmonious relationships. So these this event or the shift of the moon nodes really marks a phase of 18 months, a year and a half. Um, the north node will transition into Aries and then the south node moving into Libra. These um, these movements are quite important in astrology because they offer a valuable guide, a valuable insight into not only the collective evolution, but also how will that impact our own individual evolution and how we will be moved towards like a north star, a goal, an intent. The intent changes. So today we will explore the implications of this cosmic shift and what it signifies for the next 18 months. But first, let's understand what the lunar nodes are because they are not a planet, they are not an asteroid, they are a calculation, they are a mathematical point where you know how the moon goes around moves around the the earth and then earth moves around the sun. So in that movement of the earth going around the moon going around the earth, it will intersect in two different places, the ecliptic, these 2 points intersections, then it would be the north node and the south node. So these these points have has a symbolic meaning, each one of them. It's very symbolic because in life, what we are supposed to do is we are embarking on a heroine's journey, and the journey of that individual is to go from the tail of the dragon to the head. So the head of the North Node will give a very clear guidance into who or what tasks we are here to accomplish as a soul. So the North Node in Aries being a fire sign, it brings a very dynamic and assertive energy. Aries being that fire or the first fire, it's associated very much with courage, with individuality. Initiation is it's a lot about self-identification of who am I am this, right? And having the north node present in Aries indicates also um, that the collective as well as the individuals are going to be called really to embrace an answer to that question of who am I. So we will be very much inclined to go, to embark on that heroine's journey and look for that answer, to find our individuation. Who am I aside my family who am I beside my mom and my father, who am I beyond, my relationship with my my coworkers, my siblings, etc. It's the self. Who am I? And um, this will be a lot of a time where we will be kind of embracing that inner warrior, going to for what we want, going for what we desire, stepping into our own power, and taking bold actions also to be able to fulfill our own destiny. The heroine's journey, I feel, is like very it's a great description of what this North Node in Aries means. So we will be invited into taking courageous actions, being courageous, finding those answers, being more independent, finding and doing things for ourselves, for what I desire, and being more self assured in pursuing the goals that I want, the goals that I desire, and the aspirations I have in life. So during the next 18 months, we can expect um, a lot of energy, like action energy and motivation to break free from maybe old patterns or what my community, my family have always told me to do, have always told me to be, and embrace a new beginning where I am looking for my own goals and my own aspirations and my own desires. So this period is lasting until January 2025. And this period is going to prioritize us and our personal growth and pursue our passions with without a doubt, with a lot of determination. So embracing this Aries, pioneering, being the first spirit will really pave the way for a lot of self-discovery and an increasing confidence and working to have that confidence and belief that I can accomplish what I want. I can create what I want, and I can do it as an own individual, not with mom, not with dad, not with partner, right? And into manifesting our own authentic selves. On the other side, we have the South Node in Libra. And then we have this. Let's keep in mind that Aries Libra is an axis. We cannot separate. What one cannot happen without one cannot happen without the other. To find our own individuation, we need to be able to have relationships and develop relationships where because we compare ourselves, right? We not comparing in the sense that, oh, this person is better than me or I'm better than that person, in the sense that when I relate to others, I am able to see what I want and what I don't want, and then I can find my own way. In that sense, that's why relationships are so important. So with the South Node in Libra, um, those outdated patterns in terms of relationships, if we are attached to certain type of relationships, and we have developed certain beliefs related to relationships, um, then we are going to shift that because the South Node represents the things we need to release. And a common misconception of what the South Node means, many people think, oh, I completely need to let go. I completely need to erase that South Node, and it's seen like I don't want that. We cannot erase um, the meaning of the South Node and the knowledge that become represented through the South Node. Hold on a second. Let me charge the computer here is low in battery. All right, good. So what we need to do is actually we come with that knowledge, that experience of the south node. Think of it as a vase that it comes already filled with previous experiences coming from our experiences in on our life experiences as a soul in other lives. Um, we don't erase that. We actually come with it, but what we need to do is to be able to detach from it, not attached to those knowledge or to that wisdom that we already come with from the south node, and say, oh well, but this is what I know and this is what I'm good at and that's it. I'm not going to explore anything else, because that south node, that base, that knowledge is very much of a comfort. This is a comfort zone because we already know this, but we can use this wisdom in order to continue evolving and continue, with other knowledge. So we don't erase it. We detached from the need to stay there because this is very, very cozy and very comfortable. So we may have with a South Node in Libra, we may have certain disposition to relate to others in a certain way. Um, maybe I'm used to find myself giving too much in relationships and not receiving enough, for example, in a way that it can be very, you dissipate yourself, you melt yourself with the other in a way that you you don't even have your own desires. You lose yourself in that relationship, and that is something then, for example, um, that's a pattern that we would need to let go of. We would need to we need to alchemize in order to move forward into that Aries goal. Because with a Libra is an earth sign that is associated with diplomacy, with having balance. This is the tribe of the relationships. This is the tribe of developing partnerships in harmony, in balance. So, with the South Node in Libra, we are really called to examine those relationships. Take a deep look into how I behave in those relationships. Am I codependent? Do I absolutely need to be in a relationship with someone in order to feel validated, in order to feel good, in order to feel pretty, in order to feel that I I have a value and that I am lovable? Am I, for example, have tendencies to people please so much that I don't give anything to myself? And then I expect the other person to give me as much as I am giving that other person. But because that never happens, then I am filled with resentment. Those are things that we are in need to look at. Or maybe, for example, I have fear of conflict and I I don't dare to tell the other person what I don't like, what I disagree with, because I fear that that person is going to leave me or is going to reject me. And those are things that really hinder our personal growth and hinder our relationships, because in all of those scenarios, the relationship, I am not in my authenticity. I am not living from my authentic self. So, over the next 18 months until January 2025, it is essential that we evaluate our relationships and that we assess whether these relationships truly align with our my personal needs, our individual needs and desires as well. So write this down, okay? Ask yourself, in which way am I attached to an unhealthy relationship? How are my relationships based? In what? Is it trust, really? Or is it codependence? So you need to take a look deeply into those relationships. And keep in mind that when I talk about relationships, it's not love relationship only. It can be, it's all types of relationships where I interact with others and including the relationship with yourself as well. Anyways, um, take a look into those, into how you are behaving in those relationships. Um, for example, another example could be that there is a need for me staying in a certain relationship with a connection with someone because maybe that person gives me a sense of security and I want to leave but I don't dare to leave because what is going to happen with me, I won't be able to make it. That could be. Or maybe I'm thinking, no, if I leave this person, no, no. We have an expression in Spanish that is like mejor un malo conocido con bueno que conocer. It's something like it's better a bad person, a known bad, than an unknown good. I, I don't know. In English, there's probably the same proverb, but I just don't know it. So it, that those are the things that we are going to be invited to look into. So the spirit really encourages to establish healthy boundaries. We are going to be called to really seek fairness and equality, fairness and equality in relationships, and prioritizing also my own well being. We need to release, and detach from imbalanced dynamics where there's a power struggle and maybe outdated relationship patterns, um, where we are we are really in need of personal growth and the cultivation of the of authentic connections. So to summarize, this upcoming shift of the North Node to Aries and the South Node to Libra brings an exciting and transformative journey ahead of us. So, with the North Node in Aries, we are really encouraged to embrace our individuality, our desires, take courageous actions, and embark into new beginnings. While the South Node really invites us to release outdated relationships patterns and establish harmonious, balanced connections. So, this cosmic alignment really offers us an amazing opportunity for personal growth, self discovery. Just the question of who am I is vital. And we should ask ourselves this question at some point in life and seek the answer because that is not just, oh, who am I? And then continue living in automatic, right? It's seek the answer because the answer is going to bring you to amazing places. This is going to be a period also of manifesting and embracing our true potential as a soul. So, embracing this Aries energy of boldness and independence while also addressing relationships dynamics that with the wisdom of Libra that are more in harmony will really allow us to navigate the next 18 months with a lot of authenticity and purpose. So, I hope you would like this episode, this recording. Please let me know what are the subjects that you would like to hear more from me in this podcast. Anything that is related to the soul evolution, astrology, Akashic records. What would you like to know? I would like to bring you something that is really responding to a need. If you would like to have more information, be able to access more resources, or have one on one consultations with me, you can visit my website, lauratio.com. Remember also to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at I am Laura Tio. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much for listening to me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.